The regular meeting of Bucyrus City Council for December the 4th, 2018 is called to order. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Huber.
Here.
Myers. Here. Wireball. Here. Trucca.
Here.
Sapp.
Here.
Vogt. Here. Schott. Here.
Before we get started into our regular format for council this evening, for those of you that know about our local park district, and our park district's been with us since 1994. It took about a 2-year process for them to get it all up and get it running. And one of the original park commissioners is retiring after 24 years as a park commissioner. And we'd just like to say a really big thank you for everything that Rich Carpenter gave to the community and the entire county. It's because of him that so many things got up, got running, got moved forward. And he was a real pusher as far as making the park district what it is today. So Rich, thank you for your service to the community. We certainly appreciate everything you did for the park commission. Okay.
Did you say he was retired?
Rich Carpenter's
Yeah.
retired?
I mean, did you say that when you were?
Yeah, I thought I did.
Oh, okay.
Didn't I say his name?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I did. Okay. Before you have the minutes from the November 20th, 2018 regular meeting. I need a motion to accept those minutes.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Fogt, second by Mr. Myers to accept the November 20th, 2018 regular meeting minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. You also have before you the November 27th, 2018 minutes from the public hearing that was held on that day. Do I have a motion to accept these minutes?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Schock?
Yes.
Mr. McKeever? Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Schock to accept the minutes from the November 27th, 2018 public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion? No?
No, I'm not even on here. I mean, I spoke as a representative of my parents across the street,
I
and
thought-
I'm not even listed.
Okay. We'll add that in there. Under proponents, it said Kevin Buchanan from 285 Brentwood Street spoke in favor of the proposed zoning amendment. And we'll add in there that Bruce Trucca, on behalf of his parents, spoke in favor of the proposed zoning amendment. Okay? So then do I have a motion to accept these minutes as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fogt, second by Mr. Schock. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. This is where we grant permission for visitors to speak. This evening, we have Bruce Brandstetter from Brandstetter Carroll is here to talk with us on several subjects.
Thank you, sis. Jeff McMullen. Jeff is with me this evening as well, and he's going to talk about some items, and I will about others. Really like to go through 3 things. The overall budget outline that I think you saw a couple of weeks ago. I'll address most of that. If there's questions about some sewer projects, we got the board. When we were here last time, we started talking about reservoirs. Jeff has done more homework, very brief overview of that. And Jeff will comment if it's okay about the drafting for the Executive Safety, Health and Safety Committee, and some proposed modifications to pavement markings. All right, if you take a look at the big sheet, this has been updated slightly from what I think we gave out. It shows both the construction the engineering projects proposed for 2019. And I'll work my way across real quickly and feel free to ask questions. The Marion Road signal, that's a very good deal, $150,000 project, municipal road funds. As in the past, we budgeted $600,000 for the 2019 Dillon pave. Arrowhead Drive should be funded with OPWC project money. The city shares at $230,000, and OPWC is good for about $185,000. That is anticipated at $185,000 is set in stone yet. Then we got 4 projects, on the first 3 there, highlighted in green. Those are all part of the CSO program. Group 1 sewers, and we've got that on the map, and I can move it closer if you have a question. East Mansfield, Whetstone Storm, and then the Group 2 sewers. Those projects together are over $2 million. That's all 0% loan money, and we believe that will be 30 years. And the way we're timing these out, you shouldn't have to make payments on that until next calendar year. That's what we're trying to do, and if that changes, we'll let you all know. The next project is just, that number is somewhat of a swag, milling up and grinding a pile of concrete, asphalt, rubble at the wastewater plant. When we did swing and trolls about 5 years ago, we rounded up usage for backfill. The grinding cost about $75,000 back there. Just hard to say where that number will go. Probably want to do that early when you put the grinders out in bad weather and work on it. The bike path is a grant that we're able to receive from ODNR. That is along Friendship Drive from Southern Avenue on the east side back to the bridge. That $12,000 is a city share. ODNR is providing $57,000 towards the project. They've approved our preliminary plan. We're a little bit out of control as when we can get that project, because we'll get to review the final plan. Their preliminary plan review is much quicker than we thought. Sometimes they drag their feet, sometimes they don't. State Route 4 South is an overlay project that ODOT is doing from Sandusky, Jeff, I think. Yeah, down south beyond the South Core line. And that's urban paved. Your share is about $170,000 out of streets, $5,000 out of storm. That's just do some catch base repairs, that kind of thing. ODOT does not pay for the storm part of it, but they do share, they pay for the majority of the pavement. State Route 4 North goes from Perry beyond 30, and really even beyond the North Court line. That's a combination of ODOT money, your money, small cities. That's small portion. I don't even think that's 20% of the cost. I've got the budget numbers, but it's much different funding buckets. So that's probably well over $1 million project. So we're doing a good job. I need to leverage your money. That's why I wanted to highlight the grant projects. We're getting money at 0% interest. That is all construction projects. Our fees associated with that is listed down on the next item. The only thing on here, a couple things on here that are not being constructed would be the design of the Group 3 sewers. That's part of the 0% loan money. If all these 0% loan money projects that I'm talking about are things that you need to do for the CSO. I think you all know that, but I want any listening audience to know that. State Route 4 North and South, we just budgeted $10,000 during construction to be available, and ODOT needs us, kind of like we did for State Route 98. geotechnical is, and that's actually, it's not highlighted, that is a 0% loan project. Stormwater compliance, and then we have nothing on the reservoirs right now because we're still working through it. That's gonna be, but we left that highlighted in question, and, a little more on that later. That is the program for 2019 that we're involved in. Can I answer any questions? Or Mayor, if you got any comments, this? I'm good.
No, it's always good working with you guys, and appreciate your planning, and we've got a table set there that's for the next couple of years, probably it's going to keep us very busy, but certainly make a difference, not only in the storm separation, but in some of the smaller things that we're looking at, like State Route 4, north and south, and can't wait to get the bike path finished too. That'll be a nice start. So thanks for all you guys do for us.
ODOT's been good to you folks about everything out money. They're doing more urban paving now to see it money anywhere else if we were. Like, granted, you got a lot of state routes coming through town, but that helps a lot. That's pretty.
What was Group 2 sewers? What was that? I mean, what?
Group 2 sewers is, it's right here around,
Right above you there, the yellow.
yeah, oh, sorry, right here, yeah. Group 2 is Highland, Union, let's see,
Failer.
Failer,
Okay.
that area right around here.
What we're doing there is keeping the existing combined is gonna become the storm sewer, and we're putting in new sanitary, kind of like we did on the sub. Sometimes it's the other way around, but that's what we're doing there. It's just an 8-inch line, pretty much down the street. Now, the grant, or the 0-inch with loan money is budgeted right now just to patch and trench. It's not a complete overlay of the road. And that has changed, we'll work through that.
I know as far as the Whetstone Street area where you guys have done some work to alleviate some of that, I know I talk to a resident at least 2 or 3 times a week, and she is very happy with the turnout so far of what's been done, and she knows what you guys have planned going forward, and she is very happy about that because she said it's gonna make a very big difference for that neighborhood.
Well, that was one of those things that your staff was pushing, and we were lucky it wasn't in the original loan application 2 years ago to include that. But between what it's relieving and that subdivision just south of Mansfield, and then when they did your folks did the smoke testing, what are those 2 streets? Not Otter and Penn, but streets to the east. 4 catch basins drain right into the sanitary. So we were able to sell that. We're gonna stub a line off what's on the map, but we're gonna stub a manhole or a pipe out of the manhole to the southeast corner of Mansfield and Whetstone. It'll then extend down along the right of way, that subdivision, pick up this for catch basin. That water right now is going straight through wastewater plant all the time.
Yeah.
So if we get that out, reduces costs, improves the environment, and, but it was good. I was concerned that OEPA wouldn't fund that, they didn't bat an eye on it. Just tell me the truth, they said, yeah.
I know the people though, they're very happy.
Good, that's glad to hear that.
Other questions?
I only had 5 minutes, I took 12. And I'm gonna tell you, Jeff was a part-time disc jockey, so I think he's got a face for radio.
Yeah, more.
So, Jeff, go for it, I'll hand that out.
All right, oh, they've already got it.
Oh, okay.
Good evening. First thing I'll go over is I handed this out earlier. It's the striping plan for State Route 4 North.
We have 2 of them going around. Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
I wondered what that was.
And I highlighted on there the items pertaining to the bike path. It shows you where it begins and where it ends, and it's going to be starting down at Perry, and it will go the full length up to 30, just before the ramps to 30. The issue with it is, I guess, is the fact that there will be no parking along 4 North. 4 South, we were also looking at a bike lane on 4 South as well. The ODOT is looking to have, we're supposed to be submitting stage 3 for ODOT about 14th. And they need legislation on whether or not we're going to proceed with the bike paths. The bike paths, as they are designed right now, are consistent with the master plan, bike path master plan for the city. So basically, a decision is going to need to be made whether we proceed with that or not. If not, we're going to have to make some pretty major changes in the plans. So, you can see where, again, that it starts around Plymouth. It will be on both sides. There will be a single turn lane for a portion of the project as well. Is there any questions on?
As far as it's just gonna be a painted line. Is the
Yes.
only thing separating, is that a standard set forth by the state, by you, by?
It's a standard set by the state.
Okay.
DOT recommends that 6-inch wide. It's a wider stripe than your normal edge line. So that's what they recommend.
And the ability to have any type more of a barrier, does that ability exist? What you did-
It was requested to look at rumble strips, and it could be done, but the benefit would be more for the bike rider than it would be for any of the vehicles because of the spacing and the depth of the grooves. Plus, there will be the striping that will go over it, which will almost fill in the rumble strips.
Right.
And the width, the pavement markings are determined by a manual called the Manual of Vehicle and Traffic Control Devices, which is pretty much what all the DOTs follow. And you even put your signals. So it's kind of like the cookbook or the Bible, the industry standard. Follow this, then, you know, almost your liability's on, but you have to extend. Can't make bike lanes 3 feet wide, you got trouble. You know, if you make it to 5, and that's important. Anyway, you know, it is consistent, and we made this point when we got in our grant back on Friendship, and with this grant, the ODOT is consistent with the bicycle pathway plan that was prepared some years ago. And they all like to see that consistency in the plan.
It's just a little concerning to me. I'd like to see something that had a little more barrier between people on a bike and trucks driving on that road.
Yeah, I think that it meets the standard. I mean, you can do vertical plastic things. I know that's not an technical term, but you can do those.
I've heard our snowplow drivers don't like those.
Yeah, people smack into them and snow plows, you know, and the raised pavement markings. ODOT does not recommend they be in an urban environment, short of an interstate or big city perhaps. And here again, it's snow plow issue. You know, 30 years ago when I first started doing this, you didn't see raised pavement markers, even this far north, because it's they're not cheap. Now, they will be on the road once you get north of 30, they're gonna be on that section. Stick around for it.
Is this gonna replicate something similar to the, I know, when I was a younger kid, up on the top island, they started a bike path on the top island, and you had the lines to separate from traffic to bike path. And basically, granted, it was just it's like a double line or a wider strip. Is this gonna look pretty much similar to what that would?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a big arrow for bicycles, and you'll see it if you, suddenly it's highlighted. There'll be a painted bicycle kind of thing. Who's got the set of plans? And then there's signage. So you'll see this,
Yep.
that's actually a pavement marking.
Yeah, painted bike.
And you'll see these signs that talk about it, outlining it.
Another question, and I know, and like I said, I only know this because I used to spend a lot of time as a kid up at the lake and on the top island. If you crossed that line, that was a heftier traffic penalty than a normal crossing like a double yellow line or something to that effect. So I mean, I guess that'd be maybe the deterrent that gets people to pay attention a little bit more. I don't know necessarily, but I'm just saying, from what I remember all the years up on the top of Island, they've had that bike path there since I was probably 12, 13 years old. And I don't know of any real big issues they've ever had with it, other than that people hate the enforcement of it if they cross the line and get caught.
Perhaps Rob will let us know that.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to look. I don't know if there's something in the ORC or not for that. I'd have to
I
check.
would assume that's something we could adopt if we had to.
We can have a municipal ordinance easily as well.
And this thing is, you're seeing more and more bike paths and everywhere. And there's a lot of arguments for that, a lot of reasons will do it. Some areas, they're doing the same thing, either suburban, urban, or the more, the rural cities and maybe out in the country. I mean, it's a big time thing. If you can connect the industrial park downtown and you connect out to the parks, and all of a sudden you get a nice little circuit of bicycle paths, both for exercise and transportation. And you probably got a certain workforce that will ride a bicycle out to one of the industries north of town for their job.
There's actually a guy that for a very long time used to ride his bike out to Ivy Tech every day. That was his transportation.
Some of them, that's their
Saw it for 9 years with him
transportation.
on-
And I don't suspect you got a transit service, so it's a way for them to get to work and get home. So, yeah.
Is this making our North Sandusky wider, or is it using the existing curbs?
Is using all the existing pavement, existing curves. The width of the pavement's not gonna change.
Okay.
But it is a full mill and pave up there.
Yes, ma'am.
Would there be any loss of center turn lane space?
No, I think we got them worked in.
Data is all marked in.
Yeah, it's all worked good.
I just saw it for the first time.
Yeah. You just don't have the.
It's pretty much the same as it is now on everything on the center.
Unfortunately, my guess is that road at one time, I could be wrong, you might have 2 lanes each direction. With Kelly all line right down the middle.
Yes, there was.
Yeah,
So it's wider than it needs to be in a sense for 3 lanes.
absolutely. And I started to say this before, ODOT and cities are going through what they call a road diet. Because the transportation needs have changed, there's 4 lanes now, they don't need those 4 lanes for the volume of traffic. It almost becomes unsafe, you get 2 lanes in each direction, but the volume of traffic is less. So they put them on what now we're calling a road diet, narrowing them up, and putting the bicycle lanes in. And, that's happening a lot. And near suburban areas, because the interstates have taken over from the state routes and some of the townships.
Other questions regarding this?
Is there anywhere close to us that has something like this existing? I know Marion has something similar, but not exactly like.
Boy, Kevin, I don't know. I will look for it.
How close? I know Columbus has,
I'd like some examples, within an hour drive.
We did this in Worcester. If you go to Neil Avenue in Worcester, it was right up through the college. That was an $8 million project between utilities, burying overhead, water, sewer, traffic signal, streetscape. And here it was, college was trying to tie it into downtown Worcester. And I don't know if you've been in Worcester, like, it really has become nice downtown, nice city. And it always was. It was nice having a college. But we narrowed that up. I can see the good there, so that's now a job.
Yeah.
It's good restaurants too, so, good trip.
Other questions about this?
So we're eliminating parking on the west side of Sandusky?
Yeah, there's no day parking on, there won't be any parking on either side.
Either side, yeah, because there's none on, but no parking.
And we've studied that, I think they all have driveways, they got side streets, and yes, that is a compromise. And I kind of did my own unofficial tracking when I drive up through there, how many cars are parked, and it's, anywhere from 2 to 7 when I drive through.
Yeah, I noticed a few, but I don't know how they're gonna feel about it, so.
Other questions about that? Okay, now you have another subject, correct?
Yes, I do. The other thing that was passed out, when we were here the last time, we talked about the reservoirs and possible funding. Continue to talk with OEDA and ODNR. And what was handed out was basically a fact list on the Water Resource Restoration Sponsor Program. Basically, it's a forgivable loan. They can't call them grants, like I said the last time, so they're forgivable.
Yeah, loans and loan forgiveness.
Yeah. You know, when it says, if you look on the front page, there's the sources of WRRSP funds. You know, as you read that last paragraph, it says that the project implementers are not responsible for repaying any part of the loan. So it's just, like I said, it's one of those forgivable type of loans. I've talked with the gentleman here at EPA a couple times, and the next steps are to, there's what they call a nomination period for these funds, and it's basically calling them up, doing a pre-nomination series of events, I guess, where they come out, they do an inspection of the reservoirs, they walk around, take some notes, pictures, that kind of thing. And from what we prepare for, they give us a list of things that they want in order to be able to review everything and what we're asking and why. And based on the meetings and their site visits and the information, they go back to a panel and they review it and they make the decision whether to grant funds or not. One of the items that was mentioned to help improve the chances was because it's on the state scenic river, where it outlets to, is a big driver to help with getting that kind of funding. It's not a slam dunk, but it's definitely one of the top items that they look at. So basically, it was just this is kind of an update to let you know where things stand as far as the funding is concerned. I'm still talking with ODNR and other guys at the EPA for other options that are out there. But this one we're gonna move forward and have him come out and do his inspection and look around and just go from there. So that's gonna give you an update. Any questions on any of that?
Just one, down here at the bottom of the, what we're trying to do wouldn't fit in any ineligible categories, will it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's good news to hear. That, it was rather a dim picture the last time you painted for us, and this is good to see that there is something out there that we can at least turn to and get, and of course ODNR is aware of all of this, and
Right.
and they know that it could be worked into a plan.
Yeah, there is other funding pots that we would
Yeah.
pursue, but this is something, Jeff and Chris from our office spent some time with them
Okay.
a couple of weeks ago.
So within the near future, then you're going to have someone out there? Or?
Yes. Yeah, I'm hoping before the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can work it into the schedule.
Okay.
If not, it'll be, weather permitting, in early January possibly. Because the pre-nomination phase could take a period of time, and then in July 1st to the 31st is where they go through the official nomination process. So we got 6 months to get everything together, get our plan together, notify ODNR what we're doing, on that whole ball of wax deal. So that they can get, yeah.
Yeah, especially those notifications, that the people that do need to be notified that we are working on this. So,
Right, and we're gonna notify, we're planning on bringing a plan to you in first meeting in January, of what we're gonna propose to ODNR. We're gonna work over the next couple of weeks and put together some additional estimates on just, breaching one of the reservoirs, number 2, and the fees and everything will go with that. And then the plan that we're gonna give to ODNR with some, hopefully not so much concrete dates, but pretty firm dates as to when we plan to try and get things done. That's what they're looking for. You know, I met with ODNR last week, and you know, that was one of the statements that he made was if we could just get a response, you know, as to a plan or an idea where things are gonna go, that you're actually gonna try and do something, we can pump the brakes. You know, we can stop or slow down the process.
Okay,
So that's what we're gonna try and work on the next couple of weeks.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, were there any last questions anyone had? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is- Bruce, yes?
I say thank
You're
you.
just saying goodbye.
He remembered to say goodbye to you.
He did, yes. He didn't say hello to me today, but he's saying goodbye. Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like permission to address council this evening? If you can step to the microphone, please. Give us your name and your address.
Kurt Fankhauser, 1675 South Sandusky Avenue. Where is the master bike plan, and where can I request a copy of that?
Where can you can request a copy of it right here.
Okay, so.
Are you requesting a copy of the bike plan? The master bike?
Well, I
plan?
just didn't know where it was at, where's it got
I
that?
don't know either. I
You don't know?
Are you looking for a copy?
Yeah,
of it?
I'd like a copy.
You're making a formal request to make, so we'll see where it is. That was before my time here, so I don't know who has that, so.
I'm kind of concerned about a bike path being too close to a lot of traffic on Route 4. And I was wondering if maybe instead of putting a bike path in, if we could redo the sidewalk going on the east side of that whole way and maybe eliminate the ordinance on not being able to ride bikes on the sidewalk. And then you don't have, you know, that close proximity to like semis and stuff, because that one down there in Marion, there is no way I would ride a bike on that. That is just too close to State Route 95, there's too much traffic on there. And has anybody formally asked the factories out there at the industrial park if they would ask all their employees, like how many of you would ride a bike to work if we put this bike path in all the way out here to the industrial park? Because if we're not gonna get a significant number of people saying they're gonna ride a bike path to work every day, I don't see why we're eliminating this parking for all those people up there on North Sandusky.
First of all, we're not going, Madam Chairman, I'm sorry.
Yes.
We're not gonna, change the ordinance allow bikes to ride on sidewalks.
Just on ones that we,
That would not,
Maybe
that never
maybe
happen.
a
It
little
won't happen, it's
wider.
too, it's not gonna happen. You know, there's too many people that run, there's too many people who push strollers, it's just not gonna happen. It's a bike lane, and that'd probably be more like the proper term of it. And it's not just meant for people that might be, you know, riding to the industrial park. It's meant for people in the city to connect with each other, to get exercise. I just got back from Chicago for the weekend. You know, the neighborhoods are full of bike lanes, and there's a lot more traffic in Chicago than there is in Bucyrus, Ohio. There's busy streets with trucks. I mean, people watch out for each other. There's always danger when you're in a bike or in a car, but it's or whatever. But there are 5 feet lanes, they're very safe. And, you know, for the few people that actually use that for parking, I think more people are certainly gonna use it for exercise and for biking.
have you asked any of the people up there how they think about living?
We have posted that, we had no comments. ODOT required us to post it on our website. There were no negative comments on it. Not one.
I might go talk to them or pass out a flyer or something, telling them that the city's thinking about eliminating that.
Mr. Pope?
I'll reiterate again what I reiterated when Mr. Branstetter was here. I was maybe 12 or 13. Catawba Island, I will guarantee you, gets way more traffic than Bucyrus, Ohio does. That bike path has been there on the side of the main drag that goes through the entire Catawba Island for 15 to 20 years. and I don't know of any drastic or dramatic accidents that they've ever had on that roadway. And I will guarantee you that they have just as much traffic that goes through here in the middle of summer up there on a daily basis, every day of the week is up there.
And the drivers, Madam Chairman, watch out for the bikers, you know, they watch out for each other. If you're on a bike and there's somebody, you gotta watch, you know.
To a certain degree, Mayor Reese, there's an inherent risk, just like when you get on a motorcycle and you ride a motorcycle down the road. I can vouch for that because I've been hit by a car before on a motorcycle.
Spoken like an insurance agent.
Spoken like a guy's been hit by a car on a motorcycle.
Okay?
Sure. I think it will enhance our community, our major arteries, I'd like to see it expanded, through the city. This is a good opportunity, we get the majority of it paid, vast majority of it paid for by ODOT through the Small Cities Grant. And, it'll enhance our major arteries.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't get 3 minutes of talk time because they talked more than I did.
Still got time?
Well, I really think we need to get with the factories out there and ask them if they would ask their employees, how many of you are gonna use this bike path? Because if we only get 2 people that say they're gonna commit to using it every day, I don't know if that's a wise thing to be implemented.
No, he has the floor.
Oh, you can go.
No, you have the floor. It's your floor. What do you have to say? You said you weren't given the time. We're giving you the time right now.
I don't have anything else to say, that's it.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else would address council this evening? No one? Moving on to communications and petitions.
We have one communication. This is from the City Traffic Commission addressed to the Health and Safety Committee, dated November 21. Dear Health and Safety Committee, the City of Bucyrus Traffic Commission would like to recommend an amendment to the traffic control map. Number 1, to amend the traffic control map to allow for bike/pedestrian lanes on North Sandusky Avenue and no parking from Perry Street to the bypass, and to have a single turn lane from Perry Street to Melcher Road. I believe that's Melcher Boulevard. Number 2, to amend the traffic control map to allow for bike/pedestrian lanes on Marion Road from Southern Avenue to Beale Avenue, remove the center turn lane with turn lanes for southbound traffic from Beale Avenue, with turn lane for northbound traffic at Southern Avenue. Sincerely, Jeffrey L. Reeser, Mayor. This has to be referred to the Health and Safety Committee.
I think Melcher Road is right, Todd. What is it, road?
It is Mitchell Road.
Yes. I have an insured that has a business down there at the end of that.
Okay, I need a motion then to place this into Health and Safety Committee.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Wireball, second by Mr.
It's okay.
Mr. Foat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, it's in pass, it's in the committee then. We're going to discuss this. We have, as far as, this is sitting before us right now, where the ODOT is waiting for this information. And they want legislation from us by the 14th. One of the things that has been suggested to us is that after the committee meetings on Thursday evening, that we have a special council meeting to discuss this, or to pass the legislation for this. After listening to comments and other things here this evening, I think that's too fast. I think that my opinion would be that we would have a special council meeting the following week so that there is time for people to look this through, digest it, and understand exactly what is going to be happening in this, rather than us trying to push it. We got caught up in the fact that they knew they had a date of the 14th, but they didn't get the paperwork and everything to us in time. And so I think we need a little bit more time to just simply look at this and make sure everybody understands what's going on with this. So it's up to you whenever you want to hold the meeting. If we want to wait and see when we can get everybody together that following week, we can do that, or we can do it a special meeting after Thursday night's meetings.
We have the public hearing on the 13th. Could we do it before or after the public hearing?
We could do that. Usually everybody's going to be together anyway.
That'd be the day before the 14th. I mean, it's kind of cutting it close. Is that?
Okay, is that workable with everybody? Okay, we'll verify times and everything else. And of course, as with any meeting that we hold, it will be out into the press, and it will be posted on our city website. It'll be on Access Channel, and it will be posted here about when we're going to have that meeting. So,
That's tomorrow.
okay, we'll get all that answered and things, if that's okay with everybody. I'm seeing shaking of heads as to that's okay.
Much appreciated.
Okay. We did the city traffic commission. Okay, that was all there was for communications and petitions. Standing committee reports. Ms. Sack, would you like to get us started, please?
Special Finance Committee met Monday, November 26th at 1:03 p.m. Members present were Dan Wireball, Kevin Myers, Andrew Schock, and myself. Number one, the Special Finance Committee meeting was called by committee members Kevin Myers, Andrew Schock, and acting chair Dan Wireball to discuss the 2019 budget. The meeting was called to order by SAC at 1:03 p.m. Number two, 2019 budget. The committee discussed proposed budget expenditures for 2019 with Mayor Jeff Reeser, Service Safety Director Jeff Wagner, Auditor Joyce Schiffer, Service Foreman Jeff Dunn, Fire Chief Jeff Keller, and Fire Captain Chad Finley. Discussed were A, City Hall improvements, B, new equipment for street department, C, swimming pool, diving boards, lifeguard stands, D, drainage issues in the vicinity of Tiffin Street, E, purchase of new fire engine gear, sharing of a boat with water distribution, and 3, Wireball adjourned the Special Finance Committee meeting at 2:18 p.m.
Any questions or comments regarding this meeting? No, moving on. Was this a special economic development meeting? Oh, okay. Economic development, Doug Fote.
Yeah, I get that. I'm sorry.
Where did I got ahead of myself. Okay, she's gonna get us started. The whole thing, I dropped down 3 lines. Okay.
The Sarah City Council Joint Special Committee meeting met Monday, November 26th at 6:00 p.m. Members present, Mark McKeever, Kevin Myers, Dan Wireball, Bruce Truca, Monica Sack, Doug Fote, and Andrew Schock. Number one, the Sarah City Joint Committee meeting was called to order by SAC at 6 p.m. The meeting was moved from its regular date of November 22nd to accommodate Thanksgiving. Number two, public participation. Max Miller, Executive Director of the Bucyrus Tourism and Visitors Bureau, gave an update on the Bureau's present initiatives, which include revamping the website, putting together a self-guided history tour for the county, and highlighting State Route 4 as a tourist corridor. Number three, order of committee business. A, Finance Committee met at 6:08 p.m. to 6:53 p.m. Members present were Kevin Myers, Andrew Schock, Dan Wireball, and Monica Sack, Chair. Number one, employee manpower ordinance. Law Director Rob Ratliff explained that the salary figures for the police and fire chiefs need to be changed as their department contract terms extended into 2018. In addition, salary figures for the Civil Service Commission need to be corrected as previous legislation changing them was not incorporated in the existing employee manpower ordinance. Myers made a motion to request legislation to repeal and replace the existing employee manpower ordinance to make these changes, with a second by Schock. Motion passed by voice vote. Number two, Bucyrus Fire Department contract. Ratliff reviewed the most recent contract negotiation and mediation. He noted that the International Association of Firefighters, Local 1120, did not vote on the new contract within the allotted time frame, allowing it to take effect automatically. Ratliff detailed changes made from the previous contract, particularly in regard to health insurance, sick day accumulation, and wages. The contract is in effect from January 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2020. Mayor Jeff Reeser indicated that department buyouts will be reduced significantly under the new contract. Legislation is needed authorizing the mayor to formally enter into the contract with Local 1120. Wireball made a motion to request legislation with a second by Myers. Motion passed by voice vote. 3, various reductions. Auditor Joyce Schiffer reported that the following reductions need to be made. A, decreasing the current balance in 286, 2018 Victims of Crime Act, 7728, Victim Advocate, 21 Personal Services by $1,707.64 to close out the grant. B, decreasing the current balance in 411 OPWC Woodlawn Avenue water line, 7525 Waterworks Distribution, 25 capital outlay by $165,000 to close and move to the 2019 budget. C, decreasing the current balance in 750 solid waste, 7515 solid waste management, 21 personal services by $45,000 to bring in line with actual revenues. Schott made a motion to request legislation making the various reductions with a second by Myers. Motion passed by voice vote. 4, proposed housing study. The Crawford County Partnership for Education and Economic Development has proposed a study to be conducted by Dancer and Associates, which would look into the housing needs faced by the cities of Gallia and Bucyrus, specifically what types of housing need to be built here to attract business. The cost of the study would be $40,000, with the partnership committed to covering half of that cost. Gallion has agreed to contribute $5,000, while another $5,000 would be required from it via donations or some other means. Bucyrus' contribution would be $10,000. Gary Frankhouse, Executive and Economic Development Director of the CCEEDP, was present to answer various questions about the proposal. Schiffer said any appropriation to pay for the study would likely be made in 2019. Myers made a motion to request legislation to enter into a contract with CCEEDP not to exceed $10,000 with a second by Waterball. Motion passed by voice vote. Number 5, staff recess to Finance Committee at 6:53 p.m.
Okay, any questions or comments regarding this report? No? Okay, moving on, economic development, Mr. Foat.
Economic Development was called to order at 6:53 p.m. Members in attendance were Monica Sack, Dan Wireball, Mark McKeever, and myself, Chair. First up, Bucyrus Public Library appointment. Bucyrus Public Library sent a letter to council asking to consider reappointing Casey Brow to a 4-year term on the library's Board of Trustees. Her present term expires at the end of this year. McKeever made a motion to make the reappointment with a second by Wireball. Motion passed by voice vote. The matter will go to full council at the next regular meeting on December 4th. No legislation is required. Vote recess the Economic Development Committee at 6:54 p.m.
Thank you. Any questions or comments regarding that report? I do need a motion to reappoint Casey Brow to a 4-year term on the library's Board of Trustees. She was recommended by the library staff and has agreed to serve if appointed.
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion by Mr. Myers, okay, and second by Mr. Truca. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. So congratulations, Casey Brow, you've got another 4-year term. It's nice people step forward like that to fill in these positions in our community because the library has a lot to offer to our community. Health and Safety Committee. Mr. Myers.
Health and Safety Committee met November 26th, 2018, 6:54 to 7:24 p.m. Members present, Mark McKeever, Bruce Truca, Andrew Schott, and Kevin Myers, Chair. Item number 1, liquor permit renewals. Council received a letter from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control notifying council that all liquor control permits in the city expire on February 1, 2019, and will be up for renewal. The agency advised that the council has the right to object to any permit renewals and request a hearing. Police Chief David Kepke has reported that he has no objections to any renewals. Law Director Rob Ratliff expressed concerns about 3 permit holders that sell items that could be construed as drug paraphernalia. To object, council will have to pass separate resolutions for each permit premises specifying the concerns and legal grounds for the objection, accompanied by a statement from the Law Director specifying same. Ratliff cautioned that the city's chances of prevailing in such a hearing are minimal given a lack of convictions of relevant charges. Following a discussion on alternative methods of voicing objections to the businesses in question, the matter was continued. Item 2, derelict buildings. Ratliff indicated that his office intends to simplify the city's version of the International Property Maintenance Code next year. He distributed a draft version of a vacant building ordinance, which would require a property owner to register a vacant building for an annual fee, retain a local agent, and maintain the structure. He suggested such an ordinance would give the city more control over the disposition of such properties. The law director was asked if the city could shut off services to houses with outstanding property maintenance violations. Ratliff indicated that can only be done if the property is condemned. The matter was continued. Item 3, Myers recessed to the Health and Safety Committee at 7:24 p.m.
Any questions or comments regarding the minutes from the Health and Safety Committee? None? Okay, moving on. Public Lands and Buildings, Mr. Wireball.
Public Lands and Buildings Committee met Monday, November 26th, 2018. We began at 7:24 p.m. Members Bruce Truca, Doug Vogt, Mark McKeever, and myself. First up was city parking lots. It was noted that privately owned dumpsters that are not enclosed are placed on some of the public parking lots, and concerns were expressed about the city maintaining these parking lots when adjacent businesses are the primary beneficiaries of that maintenance. Parking meters were suggested as a means to generate income as well as possibly selling the parking lots. It was also noted that ample parking is needed to attract businesses and customers to the downtown. Following an extensive discussion, it was decided that other cities would be contacted about how they address the issue of large trash bins on public property. The matter was continued. Water ball recess, the Public Lands and Buildings Committee at 7:47 p.m.
Any questions or comments regarding the minutes from the Public Lands and Buildings? None? Carmen? Oh, okay. Would you finish out then for us, please, Dan?
Sure. Public participation is next, and we have none. Then I ask for a motion to adjourn the joint regular committee. Motion by Pope and second by Truca to adjourn at 7:47 p.m. Motion passed.
Thank you. Moving on, the Finance Committee met in special session on Monday, December the 3rd, 2018 at 1 p.m. Ms. Sack?
Special Finance Committee members present, Dan Wireball, Kevin Myers, Andrew Schock, and myself, Chair. Number one, the Special Finance Committee was called by committee members Dan Wireball, Kevin Myers, Andrew Schock, and Chair Monica Sack to discuss the 2019 budget. The meeting was called to order by Sack at 1:05 p.m. Number two, 2019 budget. The committee discussed proposed budget expenditures for 2019 with Mayor Jeff Reeser and Auditor Joy Schiffer. Discussed were A, roof on B&T building, B, software upgrade for auditor's office, C, swimming pool lifeguard stand, D, Pine Reservoir, 3, Sack adjourned the Special Finance Committee meeting at 2:24 p.m.
Okay, are there any questions or comments regarding that Finance Committee meeting? None? Okay, thank you. Moving on, Traffic Commission. Mayor Reeser, we don't have any minutes. Is there anything that you wish to discuss about traffic, or does anyone have any questions for you? Whichever.
Traffic seems to be flowing smoothly.
Flowing smoothly?
I can't think of anything right now that I want to bring up about traffic, but I will entertain questions.
No questions? Okay. I need a motion to accept the committee minutes and related committee reports.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wirebaugh and Mr. Foat.
Yes.
Motion by Mr. Wirebaugh, second by Mr. Foat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. Thank you. We have the report of city officers. The mayor's report, please.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't have a formal report tonight. I just want to make a couple comments about the passing of our great president, George H.W. Bush. If you think about it, he was our last president of what was from the greatest generation by Tom Brokaw. And it was a fitting tribute to that generation. And George H.W. Bush was the epitome of the greatest generation people. At 18 years old, couldn't wait to enlist and defend the country in World War II. Enlisted in the Navy and became a youngest fighter. His fighter pilot was serving in World War II. His family had money. They had a legacy of service up there. He didn't need to do that. His family served all the way back centuries, all the way back to the 16th, 17th century. And as part of the family model, what they taught was taught by his parents. And not everything was easy when you jump into political life. You're the target of a lot of things. I mean, you can argue that it might have been a kinder, gentler time when George Bush 41 was president. But the history of humanity in our country has been a lot of contention in politics, and I guess it wasn't a whole lot different back then. But he was a very humble man, and what's very cool about him is he reached across the aisle. I was watching on C-SPAN tonight, and last night too. It was fascinating to me, the body lining the stage, the rotunda, and the amount of the people that came back and saying the prayers, and the amount of politicians, both sides of the aisle paying their respect. And I think that comes from humility. And one more thing about him, it's lacking a lot of the politicians today, is kindness. Right? So when he had to be tough, he was tough, right? Remember he had to kick the Iraqis out of Kuwait, and with the help of Norman Schwarzkopf and many of other good veterans, he did it. And he has policy, he has qualities we all need to emulate. So he was the last president of the World War II generation. And it was very touching to me. I don't know if any of you saw it, you might want to see it on the replay. His good friend Bob Dole came there, 95 years old. Bob Dole was a veteran also, was severely injured in the Italian theater. And they helped him stand out of his wheelchair and gave him a salute. And I thought, man, we're gonna miss these guys. We're gonna miss these guys, and we were blessed for having them. That's all I have tonight. Thank you, Madam President.
Okay, are there any questions that anyone has for the mayor this evening? Okay. Moving on to the Service Safety Director's report.
Couple referrals, looks like, referring the material bids to the Service Committee and the farmland bids to the Public Lands and Buildings Committee. Leaf pickup is ongoing, contrary to popular opinion. We don't stop picking up leaves until they're all picked up either, or there's a 20-inch snowfall, we can't get to them, right? But we should have them all picked up. One of the things that delayed them this year, they came down late, right? And then they came down fast, and then it rained, and then it snowed. So we've had a lot of challenges. Actually, the city crew has been twice through town, believe it or not, and they're on their way through. They start one end and go to the other end too. And I would just say, and I put out on Facebook and I put out on Twitter, if your leaves have not been picked up by the end of next week, please call the office. 562-6767 at my extension 223, and we'll make sure they do get picked up. Thanks for your patience, and that's all I've got to say about leaves.
Okay. Any questions about the Service Safety Director's report? None. I need a motion then to refer the material bids to Service Committee.
So, second.
Motion by Mr. Myers, second by Mr. Foat. Mr. McKeever. To refer the material bids to Service Committee. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. We also need to refer the farmland bids. Those come up once every 3 years.
Yes, they do. It's that time again.
It is that time again to the Public Lands and Building Committee.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Foat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. Thank you. Seems like we just did this one 3 years ago. Moving on to the law director, Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't really have anything to report. I do need to, one item, I need to refer the Old McFarland's Trailer Park property to Public Lands and Buildings.
Okay, I need a motion then to,
So moved.
Second.
motion by Mr. Foat, second by Mr. Truca, to refer the Old McFarland's Trailer Park to Public Lands and Buildings. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion passed. Thank you. No other words of wisdom tonight?
I can make some up.
No, I don't.
That wouldn't be very wise, though.
Moving on to the auditor, Mrs. Schiffer. Oh, looks like a good report.
That's very general.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Very general. You do have the statement of cash position for the end of November, the income tax comparisons, and the revenue tallies. And I did adjust the utility funds since the projects that we were expecting to get loan money on, did not come in. So I adjusted those without considering that, and it makes our targets look a whole lot better.
A whole lot better, sure.
So, yeah, my referrals. All necessary appropriations, reductions, I should have transfers in there also, and advances to close out the year. I'm working on them now, and hopefully they'll be fairly short and sweet. So I hope to have everything for you for Thursday evening. I will not be here Thursday evening, I'm otherwise occupied. So.
Okay. Well, if you need me, I can get with you Thursday during the day and make sure you understand what everything is. So I need a motion then there. We'll get our usual paperwork. It's not available now. It will be available Thursday. Will it be available Thursday at noon? If anybody wants it ahead of time? 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
2 o'clock?
And I will try to have the, I was just trying to do it today, but have your budget worksheets and estimated year-end balances and everything for the 19 budget will be discussed too.
Madam President, should we amend it to include transfers?
Yes, I'm going to, well, we don't have, yeah, she added transfers in there, so it includes transfers. So all necessary appropriations, reductions, and transfers and advances to close out the year. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Pote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. Thank you. We have the treasurer's, you had in here the auditor's statement of cash position. That's for you to review from November the 30th. And then you also have, last meeting, we gave you the treasurer's report for October of 2018. I need a motion to accept and file that.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Wirebaugh, second by Mr. Myers, to accept and file the treasurer's report for October of 2018. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. Thank you. We have nothing from you, Chief. I need a motion to accept the city officers' reports.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Ms. Sack, to accept the city officers' reports. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. Thank you. This is where we have visitors' input regarding reports of the standing committees and of city officers. Anyone wish to address council this evening? No one? For consideration of proposed legislation for the first time.
We have 5 pieces of legislation, 4 ordinances and 1 resolution. Ordinance number 53, 2018, vacating an alley being 141 feet in length and 12 feet in width, beginning at South Spring Street between in-lot 411 to the north and in-lot 415 to the south. That is referred to the planning committee. Ordinance number 54, 2018, amending and supplementing ordinance number 57, 2017, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2018 by decreasing the current balances in the personal services line item by $1,707.64 within the victim advocate category within the 2018 Victims of Crime Act subparagraph. Further decreasing the current balances in the capital outlay line item by $165,000 within the waterworks distribution category within the OPWC Blue Lawn Avenue waterline subparagraph. Finally, decreasing the current balances in the personal services line item by $45,000 within the solid waste management category within the solid waste subparagraph and declaring an emergency. That's referred to finance. Ordinance number 55, 2018, repealing and replacing ordinance number 13, 2018, establishing the compensation and human resource staffing, sick leave, and vacation of employees of various departments in the city of Bucyrus, Ohio, and enacting in its place legislation pertaining to the compensation and human resource staffing, sick leave, and vacation of employees of various departments in the city of Bucyrus, Ohio, retroactive to May 1, 2018, and declaring an emergency. That's referred to finance. Ordinance number 56, 2018, an ordinance authorizing and adopting the fact finder's report and contract as the contract with the International Association of Firefighters, Local 1120, and declaring an emergency. That's referred back to finance. And finally, resolution number 248, 2018, authorizing and directing the Service Safety Director on behalf of the City of Bucyrus, Ohio, to enter into an agreement with Crawford Partnership for Education and Economic Development to enter into a contract with Danford Associates to conduct a county-wide housing study at a cost not to exceed $10,000, and authorizing the auditor to draw all necessary warrants for payment thereof. That's referred to finance.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion then to accept this as the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Foat, second by Mr. Myers. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Motion passed. Thank you. Ordinance number 53-2018 is referred back to plating. Ordinance number 54-2018 is referred to finance. Ordinance number 55-2018 is referred to finance. Ordinance number 56-2018 is referred to finance. And resolution number 248-2018 is also referred to finance committee. Okay. Public participation. Any member of the general public may present their input or comments on legislation that has been read for the first time. No comments? Okay, do we need a recess? We're in good shape, okay. Committee reports on pending legislation. Planning committee?
Yes, planning committee is in favor of ordinance number 53-2018, the alley vacation.
Finance committee?
Finance Committee is favorable to ordinance 54-2018, the various reductions. Finance is favorable to ordinance 55-2018, the employee manpower. Finance is favorable to ordinance 56-2018, the fire department contract. And finance is favorable to resolution 248-2018, the housing study contract.
Okay, thank you very much. I need a motion to accept these reports.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Foat, second by Mr. Trucca to accept the reports for pending legislation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passed. Thank you very much. For further consideration of pending legislation, for the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 53-2018, which is the alley vacation, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text?
So moved.
Second.
Wireball.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Ordinance number 53-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 53-2018?
So moved.
Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 53-2018, the alley vacation, is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 54-2018, which are the various reductions, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Sack.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Ordinance number 54-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 54-2018?
So moved.
Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Ordinance number 54-2018, the various reductions, is duly adopted. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance number 55-2018, the employee manpower changes, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Wireball.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Ordinance number 55-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 55-2018?
So moved.
Second.
Vogt.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Ordinance number 55-2018, the employee manpower, is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of ordinance number 56-2018, which is the fire department contract, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Vogt.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Ordinance number 56-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 56-2018?
So moved.
Second.
Myers.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Ordinance number 56-2018, the fire department contract is duly adopted. For the second and third readings of proposed resolution 248-2018, which is the housing study contract, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and waive the reading of the caption and text?
So moved.
Second.
McKeever.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Resolution number 248-2018.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed resolution 248-2018?
So moved.
Second.
Vote.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Wireball.
Yes.
Trucca.
Yes.
Sack.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Resolution 248-2018, the housing study contract is duly adopted. Thank you. Unfinished business, is there anyone who has anything to bring up this evening to council? None? Moving on to new and miscellaneous business. Thursday, December the 6th is candlelight breakfast, or candlelight breakfast. Yes.
She's having a rough one today.
I know that Santa's breakfast is coming up, but it's not candlelight. Okay.
We will have Kiwanis chili again this year, too.
Okay. Thursday, December the 6th, candlelight Christmas is from 5 to 8 p.m. in downtown Bucyrus. Now, this is where we would like to present, since it is Thursday evening, and we do have committee meetings Thursday evening, if we could start them at 6:30 instead of 6 o'clock, which would at least give us time to get down there for part of everything that's going to go on down there. I want to see them ice skating downtown.
That's gonna be a very big attraction for this candlelight Christmas.
I think it's going to be a big attraction to it. So is that a problem with anybody if we change it from 6 o'clock to 6:30 for that evening? Okay, and that's what we'll do, and then Todd will make sure that he gets that announcement out to everybody. We probably ought to take a vote on that. If we move the regular committee meetings from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. this Thursday. Okay, Mr. Tripp is second by
I'll second that.
Mr. Foat. All those in favor? Say aye. Opposed, say no. Okay, motion passed. Thank you. Thursday, the next one is to begin at 6:30 then. Make sure you remember that. Thursday, December the 13th is a public hearing on rezoning for the veterinary offices at 7 p.m. Make sure that we need everybody here for that meeting. I happened to run into Dr. Strickland out at Walmart last night, and evidently there was some article written somewhere referred to him as being the veterinarian out there. He said he hadn't changed professions. Thursday, December the 20th is the Community Concert Association presents Gentry from 7 to 9 p.m. at Bucyrus Elementary, $20 for the tickets, and you can call Crawford County, or go online at CrawfordCountyCommunityConcert.com if you would like to get tickets. You can buy individual tickets for just one performance. Monday and Tuesday, December the 24th and 25th, city offices are closed for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And Monday and Tuesday, December 31st and January 1st, the city offices are closed for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. We are all here this evening, okay? Joint special committee meetings. The special meetings will be held at 6:30 p.m. this Thursday. Only referrals from this council. Committee meeting, no. Only items that are on the agenda may be addressed at that special committee. So we will be publishing the agenda for the items that are to be discussed that night, since it is a special meeting. And those items are?
We've got 5 new referrals. We have the traffic map changes to health and safety from council. We have from the service safety director, the material bids to service committee, and the farmland bids to public lands and buildings. Those 2 referrals will be brought up in 2019, not on Thursday. We have the year-end financial adjustments from the auditor to the finance committee, and we have the former McFarland's property from the law director to public lands and buildings. Already in committee and on the agenda for Thursday will be the East Mansfield zoning proposal from the public hearing we had last week that is in plating. We have the annual liquor permit renewals for the liquor permit carriers, holders in the city, that's in health and safety. And we have the 2019 budget that is in finance.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. He said it with authority.
Mr. McKeever, motion by Mr. McKeever, second by Mr. Coe to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. We are adjourned at 8:15 p.m.